This meeting is being recorded.
Am I audible now? Right. So let's start the discussion. So previously, there was a topic called while loop. So as a part of that, we have already seen about the syntax and the syntax for while loop, as well as while and else syntax, and followed by explanation also I gave, and the flowchart also I sent. So you might be written the notes. I mean, this is a part of the notes. And today, I just want to go for giving some more examples on while loop. Then I'll go for entering into the further discussion. So here, next I move to the further. Right up, open the notes. Write a Python program. Write a Python program. Write a Python program which will accept any word. Which will accept any word. Which will accept any word and display every character of a word. 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 So let's look at that. I'll go to the PyCharm. So there is a part of it. So I'll go for opening the project. So I'll take your project name. So I will take your project name. So the project name is coming. So here, if you come back in C colon users KVR PyCharm projects, as a part of that, there is a 7 AM loops, 7 AM loops example. These are the things we discussed already in the class. Okay. So this is our previous programs, which we discussed already in the class. And this part, if you look at that, these examples we discussed it, and today new example with the same while loop. Now I'm going to take up while loop example 4.py. While loop example 4.py. There I'm going to write it. So here I'm going to take up writing. So word is equal to, I'm writing input of enter any word. Enter any word. Careful. This word is, for example, Python. I'm entering Python here. So how I need to print it? I need to print as P. Why? I need to print as what P, and next I need to print. It's going to give like this. So here I want to print the data as something like this. So if the given word is called Python, if the given word is Python, the output, expected output could be so like this: P, Y, T, H, O, and N. Like that I want to print it. So how do you print the data? Something like this. That is our basic criteria here. So how do you print it? So to print this data, all the letters I am printing, something like this. Letter by letter I am printing. So it is known as what? Repetition. Repetition is available. Each letter I want to print one by one. It is a repetition. So how do you print it? How do you print it? So for that, you need to have to remember the subject. Without reading the notes, if you come to the class, you cannot fit for anything else. So Python is a word where you need to, when we are using while loop, yesterday only I said, you need to remember about 3 points. 3 points I said, initialization, condition, and updation. Without reading, if you come, there is no meaning. So the moment when you go for while loop, 3 points should come automatically into the mind. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Python is available from 0 to 5. So I need to start my initialization with a 1. I is equal to 0 and I need to repeat this until the length exceeds. So I will write it I less than len of s. Len of s I need to write it. Len of s. That len of s means what? 0 less than 6. 0 less than 6. So it is definitely repeated. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is going to become true. It is becoming true only. It is becoming true only. Later it is going to become what? When 6 comes, it will be false. So I will write while of I less than len of s. It is true. And I will print what? Not I. If I print I, indices will be printed. I don't want to print I. I want to print of what? S of I. I need to print S of I. S of 0 is called what? P. P will be printed. Then I need to increment that I value. I need to increment I value. I is equal to I plus 1. I is equal to I plus 1. So which is going to become what? 0 plus 1 is 1. It is going to become 1 less than again S of 1. 1 plus 1 is called 2. 2 less than again S of 2. Again it is going back. It is going to be repeated like this. So finally the conclusion is while loop I am using here. Look at that. I is equal to 0. I am writing this automatically. This striking you have to get it. This type of answers you need to get it. Print of what? If I write I, it will print indices. Just try to follow me. This is a word. I need to write a word. Just try to write it. If I just enter the word called Python, it is going to print the indices. That to 0 only printing because I did not increment that value. I is equal to I plus 1, I need to write it. Then you try to enter word called Python you say. So you got the data 0 to 5. 0 to 5 we got it. Now I don't want that. I want to print what? S of I. S of word of I need to print. Word of I. I need to print word of I. So it is going to be entering here HYDE or ABAD here, Hyderabad. So it is going to printed like this. It's you print it here called what Python you say. Python you say. So it is going to print Python. You say the next one is called Python. Python PROC you say. PROC. PROC you say. It is printed Python, including space also printed. PROC printed like this. This is about what? Printing of the letters of the given word. Able to follow? So this part, in this part, next I want to introduce at this level of it. I want to introduce the for loop importance also. So that simultaneously I can complete number of examples. Have you done homework yesterday? All of you completed, executed? Good. So now go to the next. You have to do example students. If you don't do the program practice, you cannot get the expected results. So it is your individual attention. You have to do it. So I'll go to the for loop now. For loop explanation I will go. So that continuous explanation I will go for it. So let us go to the for loop. So if I go to this place back, if I go to this place back 7 a.m. under the loops, if you take it, there you are having looping statements are two. One is while loop, one more is for loop. So that I want to go for taking like this. So look at this requirement to generate the series of values that is 1 to 10. 1 to 10. What I am taking here? Initialization. compulsory, condition compulsory, updation compulsory. These things manually you need to do it. These things manually you must do it. So, is there any automatic initialization, automatic condition, automatic incrementation? I'm saying automatic initialization. That means automatically getting initialized without your programming. Automatic condition also and automatic incrementation also to be done. That is what we can call it as for loop. So what is the for loop? I'm just explaining and try to understand here. So I'm trying to give you here for loop now. For loop I am explaining now. For loop I am explaining. So this is the for loop I am saying. Try to look into this. Syntax I am going to take. Syntax. So there I am going to write it for, see the carefully, variable name, any variable name you take it, for variable name, in, 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 iterable object, iterable object, iterable object. So there I'm going to write it, iterable object, colon. Now I will write it, now I'll write it, statement 1, statement 1, statement 2, so on. I will write it, statement n, statement n, statement n. There I'm writing other statements in the program. There I'm writing here other statements in program. Other statements in program I will write it. So here carefully try to follow. For here I'm writing variable name, iterable object. This is called indentation block. Then after that other statements in the program. How this will work? For keyword, iterable object means already you know it will be containing multiple values. Multiple values are available. What for loop will do? Carefully listen. For loop will take first value of iterable object, keep it into this variable, and at that part of time execute the indentation block of statements. And it will go to the second value of iterable object kept into where variable name. Again execute the indentation block of statement. Again it will go to the next third element will be kept into variable name, execute. Fourth element, fifth element, like that it will be repeated until all elements are completed in forward direction. So here no need to write what? Initialization. No need to write updation. What is the initialization here? First element of iterable object will be initialized in variable name, executed. Second element will be initialized, executed. Like that it goes on incrementing one by one until all elements of iterable object completed. If my iterable object contains 10 elements, how many times this for loop indentation will execute? 10 times will execute. I'm not doing I is equal to 0. I'm not doing I plus 1, not like that. So let us go to that example. Are you following me? So for loop will do what? For every element of iterable object, for loop will execute what? PVM will execute what? Indentation block. Once all elements of iterable object completed, it will execute which statements? Other statements in the program will execute. This is called the scenario of for loop. Syntax number 1. Syntax number 2, I want to go for it. Syntax number 2, I want to go for it. What is the syntax number 2? Let us take it. Syntax number 2 I am taking. What is happening here? For loop. Here I am writing as usual. Which one? Else. Else. Now I am writing else block of statements. Else block of statements. Else block of statements. Else block of statements. This is available here. Else block of statements. Come on, now the flow will be for variable name. First value of iterable object kept into variable name. Execute the indentation block of statements. Again, it will go to the second element of iterable object kept in where variable name. Repeated for n number of times. Once all elements are over in the iterable object, for loop becomes what? False. It will come to where? Else part and executes else block of statements and later executes other statements in the program. Same, else part is like a previous one only. So online students, is it clear? For loop diagram is also going to be same. Every element of iterable object kept into for loop and it gets executed. Go to this place now. The same example. This is by using what? While loop. While loop statements are what? Initialization compulsory, condition compulsory, updation compulsory. Same thing I want to tell you for loop, I want to write it. For loop, I'm writing for loop example 1.py. For loop example 1.py. So how to do it? You look at. So there I'm writing same word is equal to input of enter, enter any word, enter any word. There I'm taking. How do you display that? For I will take it. Come on. I in word. For I in word. For I in word. Whatever you like it. For value in word. What is the word here? Python. For example, word is called what here? Python. Word is called Python here. Python. Every value of word, keep it in where? Val. What is the val? P. P kept in where? Val. Execute. Simply I will print what here? Val. Val. So first value of Python is what? P. P kept in where? Printed. It will go to the loop. For loop will take it back to this. What is the second value of word? Y. Y kept in the execute. Next third value T. Like that it will go on executing until all letters are over. Able to follow? Let us run this now. Got the output. Enter the word Python I am writing. The word is called what? Python I got it. Are you able to follow now? So here I am going to take up else part I am writing here. In else part, what I wrote it in yesterday's class only, I said very clearly about when to go for else statement. Yesterday I said or not? How many examples I said? So many examples I said. If anybody asks today when to go for it, I already explained in the yesterday only. So yesterday's class only, I already explained when to go for else. Explained or not explained? Already explained. So coming to the point of it, I said already in the class, Mr. Suresh, already I explained yesterday in real time how to use it while loop. I said real life how to use it, in real time how to do the calculations, how to use the else. Yesterday's class I explained. If you don't listen, I cannot explain again and again. That is a damn sure. Are you able to follow? Right. So let us move to the further. This is about one thing. While loop is explained and for loop is explained. Which one is easy to write it? See, I is equal to 0, I is equal to I plus 1, condition. These three things I'm mentioning explicitly. But here I written what? Simply, no need to write any initialization. No need to go for any type of updation. No need to go for any condition. You're able to follow? Right. Write down. One more thing you write down. So Gaurav, see, my dear student, I will not explain according to your requirement. You have to listen according to my requirement. Everything I will explain. Dear students, yesterday only I said how many levels of coding things I said. 4 levels I explained. Which level I am in? First level I am in. So when I go to the second, third, fourth levels, the marvelous coding will come. Okay, Gaurav? It is not a college. Your college is all colleges in front of my class, just a zero. You have to listen my class. Everything will be covered in the class. That's why don't excite by yourself. And what you are expecting is just left hand, left finger in my class. It is just a left hand, left finger in my class. You just follow me. That's all. If you want to become expert. Otherwise, you go to other batch. That is my advice. This is level 1 only I am in. So all things I will cover. Fibonacci series, prime number, your college old story, 1947 stories they are called. Fibonacci, something like factorial. They are called 1947 in my view. I'll teach all modern programming. Okay now. right? Don't try to express your 1947 stories. I will explain everything perfectly. Go to the further. Okay, now let us move to the further. See, students, this is called one of the for loop related. Another logic also I want to write it like this. Another logic I want to write it. Carefully try to follow. This is one way. Another way, if you want, how to do this another way. So, of course, students, in asking the doubt, nothing wrong, but opposite person credibility is important. Sir will explain everything. You just hold on. You try to get it everything in my class. There is no doubt in that. Your excitement I can understand, but at the same time, I'm teaching everything. Don't waste your time and listen. Now I want to print this thing by using what? Index. Here, if anybody, what is that now? Python. Python here. So these are all called data types related. In real time, if we go to any Python application, data type is compulsory. What is now? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I want to print the data in for loop only indices I want. My sir already said the range data type. Do you remember? I explained range of 0, comma len of s. What is the range here? Range of 0, comma 6. 0, comma 6. Are you able to follow? 0, comma 6. 0, comma 6 means it will take what? 0 to 6 minus 1. What is that? 0 to 5. So how do you write it? Come on now. For I will write it I or value or for KVR or whatever it is. For K, for V, for value, for J, any variable, for K in the range of 0, comma len of what? For K in range of 0, comma len of what? What is the value of K? 0. Range of is called which object? Iterable object. So I will print off what? K. I'll print off K. What is printed? Automatically 0 will come. Automatically 1 will come. Like that depends on the length of the word. Those indexes are printed. Let us look at that. Now I'm saying here called Python. Now I'm saying here called Python. Is it not indexes printed? Now. Done. Now I don't want indexes. I want the index related value. What I'm printing, word of K. Word of K. I'm just writing word of K. So I hope that it is more clear for you. Let us run this now. I'm going to say this now. I'll say here called HYDERABAD. What is printed? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those related values also printed. This is also known as what? Another logic. Which data type I am using? Range. Already range explained. If you read well, you will get this strikes automatically in the brain. This is called what? String. Automatically I wrote it. This type of strikes you need. You need to be a little hard worker in the subject. Continuous practice, then you will get the strikes. Are you able to follow? Now, let us move to the further. I just want to go for the further. I want to print the reverse of a word. Reverse of a word. How do you print the reverse of a word? Just a word. Take the first example. Take the first example. Put it here. Now I'm going to take it. 3.py. I'm going to write it. Enter any word for value in word of what? Colon colon minus 1. Colon colon minus 1. This concept already explained. This colon colon minus 1 is called extended slicing we can call. And these values are getting reversed and then printed. Enter the data here. I will say here Python and Python is printed in the reversed order. Are you following? This Am I audible now? Am I clear now? Okay. So let us start the discussion. So this is the one I am taking. Let us take the word for loop example 4. This is a Python. How I was printed earlier. Now I was printed this thing in forward direction. When I run this now, you look at Python here. It is printed in this way. Now today I want to print in what? Reverse direction. That is nothing but like this. Look at that Python py, and I am writing here thon. This is my data 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is the reverse direction? Reverse direction means like this. With what concept? Indexing mechanism. With indexing. Already you did with another logic. What is the logic? Extended slicing, you did the logic. With another logic is what? I need to go for it. What is that? Start from where? 5. Need to reduce to what? 4. Need to reduce the 3, 2. Like that, I need to go on coming. How to do it? I need to take a So I will write it for I in, for I in. I will write it. See, this problem I cannot do anything else. Same problem. Audible students. Am I audible now? Okay. So let us move to the further. Let us start the discussion. Now, this is going to print in which direction? Forward direction. Enter the word called Python here. Enter the word called Python. So you are going to get it. The data called Python. Anjanil, I am repeating. I am repeating. Listen. Don't get tension. Listen. Because this voice problems use for me much of the tension. So problems here. So coming to the point of it, I want to print in the reverse direction. For that, what should I do? This is the one I want to go for it. So here I will go to python, python. This is called what you know 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need to take it range of len of s minus 1, which is called 5, comma. I need to come in backward direction. So I need to take up to 0. I need to write end minus 1, and I need to start reducing one value at a time. This concept I already explained in the range concept. If you don't remember, we can't do anything else. For I in range of this data, I need to write. Print of I, if I write it, it will print 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0 will print. So I need to write it. Let us have a look at that here. For something like k in range of len of word, len of word, comma minus 1, comma what? Minus 1. I'm writing. Print of what? K. Print of k. You see this now? You enter Python. Indexes are printed first. It is printed from where 6 onwards, but I need 5 or not. That's why you need to write what? Minus 1. In the coding I written, just I'm showing you. All these things I was explained in the range data type. If you remember, today is not a difficulty. So that part I want to print it. How do you print it now? Word of k. Word of k I will print it. Word of k I will print it. So the data will be printed in the reverse part. Python I am taking. So Python I am taking. So it is going to print in the reverse direction. These are the ways and means for you people to use it. One more way is what? One more way I can print it. What is the another way I can write it? Just to say like this. Here I am writing R of that. Next I want to print in another way. What is the another way? Look at, I want to print like this. So Python Python like this I am having -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6. How I need to print it? Range of start from -1 and the next is what? Minus of len of s. Len of s. That s means that word, whatever you are passing. I already said 4 corner elements. 0, n -1, -1, and minus of len of s. I said already. This kind of thing I am writing. Len of s plus 1 I need to write it. Plus 1 or -1 only I will write it. -1 only I will write it. Why -1? If I go to -1, -1 plus 1 is going to become what? -7 -1 I will say. That is going to be -6. So I need to write what? -1. Comma what I should say? -1 I will write it. For k in you are getting. What is the first value is coming? -1. Print of k. So the -1 what is added? -1. -1 plus of -1. Plus minus minus. -1 -1 -2. -2. -3. -4. Like that it will be repeated. If you read well, if you read your subject well, range of -1 comma minus of len of s, len of what? Len of what? -1. This is the one I am writing here. Len of word, or I can take it like this. Len of word plus 1 I can write it. Len of word plus 1 I can write it. -1 I am writing. So print of what I am saying. Okay. Okay. First I am taking len of word is how much? 6. 6 plus 1 how much? 7. That is a -7 I am passing. -7 means what? It will become -6. -6. So మీకు సబ్జెక్ట్ నాలెడ్జ్ ఉండాలి. వితౌట్ reading anything, subject will not come. -1 to -6 came here. Where I will write it, what? Word. Word of k I am writing. Word of k. That is a word of k. So you will be getting the same answer here. Python I am going to get it. So I am getting here thus, and I am also getting like this. So if you know the subject well, you can do wonders. If you don't know how to learn the subject, already I explained in the range data type. If you go to 7 AM, data types, if you look at under sequence data type, under range data type, there is a lot of syntax number 1, syntax number 2, syntax number 3, and step. So examples you see, plenty of examples I gave. Question number 1, question number 2, question number 3. See, plenty of examples. All those models are available with me. Almost 10 different examples I said in my class. You have to remember. This is about what? For loop. So how the for loop explanation? I just want to give you the for loop explanation here. Let us look at that for loop I am going to show you. So here, look at syntax number one. Already you understood. For loop and else part of it. I said here I will write for, just go for that. Here for and in, else or what keywords. For, in, else or keywords. Here iterable object can be sequence type, as a bytes type, byte array, range, str or list or set and dict. Execution process of for loop is that each element of iterable object is selected, comma, placed in variable name and executes indentation block of statements. Selecting each element of iterable object, comma, placed in variable name and executes indentation block of statements. This process will be repeated until all elements of iterable object completed. This is the execution process of for loop. When all the elements of iterable object completed, PVM comes out of for loop and executes else statement, else block of statements which are written under else block. Writing else block is optional. Writing else block is optional. I think you are understanding this for loop. This point I will post to you and that with a different example, because in my class any problem is given with loops, you can solve by using what? While loop you can solve, as well as you can solve by using for loop. And for loop is little easier compared to while loop. So, but you should have the knowledge on writing both of them. The code is supposed to be written. So whatever the code it is given, you have to write with the both. Even at practicing time also, you must do the same mechanism. Now I want to go for one more time, last and final. I'm getting into the picture. I want to print odd numbers, even numbers, 1 to n numbers with for loop. Little bit fast I will do it because I want to tell you that example one more time here. So let us start understanding about entering here. This is called 4.py, 4 or 5, 5.py. Let us start understanding about 5.py. What is this logic is? What is the logic here? Program for generating, just program for generating list of even numbers, list of even numbers within, within, I'm writing within specified, specified range. Within specified range, n is equal to int of input of enter, enter how many even numbers, even numbers you want to generate. How many even numbers you want to generate, generate within the range, within the range, within the range. Enter the range, or I will write like this. Enter the range in which, like this I'll write it, more meaningful one I'll write it. Enter the range in which even numbers to generate, even numbers, even numbers to generate, even numbers to generate. So how do you do that now? I will write the n. If that n is what? Less than or equal to 0, what should I do? Print of is invalid, is invalid. Dot format of what? N, N. Next I'm going to take up what? Else. Else I'm going to take up. What should I do in else part? I need to take for loop. How do I take it for loop? For value in, come on, range of. Actually, n is called only one value. So if you want any n value coming, to convert into iterable, I will go for what? Range. So I will go for what? 2 comma n plus 1 I will write it. 2 plus 1, 2 comma n plus 1. Why 2 onwards? Even numbers. Even numbers. Comma. I need to write what? 2. 2. Why 2? This is called a start. This is called a stop. This is called a step. Step. If you don't know range data type, na, today's class you will not understand. Data types are going to be a turning point for you. Without data types, you will not understand anything. So let's run. I will go to the place. Let us run. I'll say 10. I'll say 10. What are the numbers are coming? Those things. So here I will write it. The value called 11. Same 11 or 10 only. Here I will enter the value called 13. I'm getting the value called 12. Here I'm entering the value called 21. The values are coming only 20. Are you following that? So depends whatever the value. I'll say 23. I got the values called what? Up to 22. So I hope that you people understood the meaning of what? How range works. I hope you are following that. Right. Now I will go to the odd numbers also same. I will start with what? 1 and I'll write it. So I will write it if you want. Print list of list of even numbers within within I'll write it dot format of n dot format of n. Here I will write it else part. Still else part pure importance is not coming. We will come to that pure importance of it. Just I made you to understand how else part works and what to write, how to write. I already said in the last time only. So let us run this now. So I'll say something like 20. I will write it. I'll say some 20. So I got the list of even numbers. That is the data we got it. So this is the value we got it. Like that, you can go for what? Odd numbers also. So last and final. In reverse order, I want odd numbers in reverse order. I want. How do you get the odd numbers in reverse order? Already I gave the homework for you. Already I gave the homework for you. Just I want to do that also. Coming to this place, here I am going to get it. So here I am trying to get list of odd numbers in reverse order within the range, within the specified range. So 6.py, enter the range in which odd numbers to generate in reverse order. Let it be n less than. So list of odd numbers within. What to do? Suppose if I enter the value called 10, I should print what? Suppose if I enter the value called 11, 9, 7, 5, 3, 1. Like that. So how do you go for it? For v in the range of n comma మొదలు 0 comma -1. -1 now, -2 now. So coming to the point of it, -2. First value is what? 11. 11 minus 2, 9. Like that, it is coming. That's well and good. But this is working for that when you enter odd number. But when I enter a 10, it is a problem. It is a problem. 10, 8, 6. That is wrong answer is coming. Let us check that for v in range of n comma 0 comma -2. If I write it, print of what? V if I write it. See that what is happening. If I say 11, perfect. If I say perfect. If I say something like 13, it is perfect. But if I say the value called 14, then it is wrong. It is wrong. Then this is how I gave the homework for you. And what you did, I don't know. Have you done it? So then how do you do? Have you done it? How? How you did? How you did? Odd or not, you need to check. The number is odd or not, we need to check it. If the number is even, what should I do? Reduce 1 from that. Here, when you are going to do that, when you come to this else part, you need to check it there. What should I check it? If n percentage 2 is equal to 0, That means if I enter the value called 14, for example, 14 percentage 2 is equal to 0 is what? True. True. Once it is true, you do what? N is equal to n minus 1 you do. That's all. Don't do anything. That's all. And automatically other statement will be taken up. That is what is the twisting over there. Suppose you are entering 13. 13 percentage 2 is equal to 0. False. False means obviously it is coming to the problem, no problem. So now let us start running. That is one of the most intelligent part there. So I'll enter here what? 14. Answer is perfect. If I enter the value called 22, if I enter the value called 22, 21 onwards. If I enter the value called 21, 21 onwards only coming. If I enter the value called something like 7, 7 onwards it is coming. If I enter the value called 8, it is coming from 7 only. Are you following? This is the most important logic you need to remember. I know most of them did not do that. You said, okay, sir, we did that. You said, first lie to me. Some of them did not do that. I know that. Am I correct? Then everybody, some of them did not do, right? So take care and don't hesitate to ask that doubt and feel that it is your responsibility to clarify your doubt. It is actually the originally you need to. That's why I gave that when you say you have done homework. Actually, I want to check your notebook. By checking your notebook, I don't want to get disappointment. That's why I covered that logic also for you. Done now? Everybody done homework? So can I call mentors to check the notebook? Have you done this logic? This logic? Yeah, that's why I covered here, and I hope it is more clear. Shall I go to the next? Now, online students, for loop and while loop is clear. Now I'm entering into the another kind of case. Write down. Write a Python program. Next, write a Python program. Write a Python program which will generate multiplication table. Which will generate multiplication table for a given number by using for loop by using for loop by using for loop by using for loop. So this concept already we did with while loop or not? So how we did with while loop? That is that logic, and this logic we are using with the for loop. Actually, you have to do it, but still I will do it because beginning I don't give much homeworks. If I give many homeworks, if the student is not able to do, it will be a problem for us. That's why majority of the logics myself only will cover so that at least student will understand. Later, if I give homeworks, they will do. Program for generating multiplication table by using for loop. For loop. Take up n is equal to what? Int of input of enter any number. Enter any number for generating multiplication table. There I will take up. If, come on, n less than or equal to 0, I should say what? Invalid input. Is what? Invalid input. Is invalid input. Dot format of what? N. Dot format of N. Else part I am going to take up. What should I do in else part? Come on, start with. For I in the range of 1 comma 11. 0 comma, if you write it, you are almost out of order. 0 if you say, you are not having any knowledge, first of all. Multiplication table starts from 0 now. Starts from where? 1. So your answers will decide your talent. There is no doubt in that. So I want to print it. How do you print it? Backslash T. N value I will print it. Into symbol I will print it. I value I will print it. and I will write it what? N into I will print it. Dot format of what? N comma I comma N into I. N into I. That values are printed. First time N value is called what? 9. 9 into 1. 1 range value. N into 9 into 1 is called 9. What is the value of I? It is 2. 2 comma n comma 9 comma 2 comma 9 into 2. Like that it is repeated for how many times? 10 times. No need to increment, no need to write a condition, nothing. Here only the condition. It is repeated for 10 times. So let us run this code. Now see that I'll say the value called 4. Fourth multiplication table is coming. You try to run it once again and say some -4. It is called invalid input. You say some 0, invalid input. So I hope that you are understanding. For more good looking output purpose, I'll write it like this. Print off what I'm saying, multiplication table for, try to write it. Dot format of what? N I will write it. There I'm going to write it. Here in this case. Here I will write it. L spot I will write it. So here I wrote it. So go to the place, you say 19th table. So you got the multiplication table for 19. This is called what? The multiplication table using for loop. This is the main important logic, that highlighting part. So when you go to either NITs or IITs, wherever you go for it, or triple ITs, what is the training procedure for placements? Academic faculties are different in that prestigious institute, and placement related training people are different. Academic people don't know what is the logic behind that and technology. They'll always tell about what? Exam pattern orientation. Because of that exam pattern orientation, your CGP may be 9 or 9.5, 8 like that. By seeing your CGPA, nobody will give job. They will give job only by seeing your quality of coding. Only coding. If you show your BTech memo, I have some 9.2. First, keep it in your bag, they will say. First, whether you will do these examples or not, that is an important. That is the most important in the real time. That's why the separate trainers will be there who are training on the technologies like this. Like this only they will train. And they see their curriculum and see our curriculum which is designed. That's why you practice my example without fail. Okay, now write down. Next, write a Python program. Write a Python program. Write a Python program which will accept a list of words, which will accept line of text. You write, which will accept line of text, which will accept line of text, line of text, and find the number of words, and find the number of words, and find the number of words. Did you understand that question first of all? So look at that. Here you go for this. Here I am taking something like this. Enter a line of text. See students, enter a line of text. I want to give line of text. What is the line of text? Python is an OOP language. This is my line of text. Expected output. Expected output. They will give you like this. What is an expected output will be? Number of words is equal to 5. Is equal to 5. And those words also you can print it. Those words also you can print it. Then what to do? Good. Split. Split. Only one student is saying why is learned and came. What about others? That thought is not coming. Because of that, what is happening? That student will go to waste. So that split is one important. Already explained the splitting and everything. If you don't remember, how can you get the job? That is the most important. Split. Why he is able to say quickly? Because he is in touch with the subject. That is an important word here. So I'm writing. Next, this part I want to see. So here what is next? For loop, example 8.py, 8.py. So there I am writing here for loop 8.py. py. So here I will write it. Here I will write it. Program for finding finding number of finding number of words from line of text how to get it. So line is equal to input of, I'm writing here, enter line of text got the line. So here I'll write it, print given line is equal to dot format of what? Line, format of line. Now I'm going to take up words I want to get it. Already I said line dot what? Split off. Line dot split off, which will give you what? Words. So I want to print given words. I want to print it. How do you print the given words? For word in where? Words. Words is called what? List. From the list, I'm going to get the first value, second value, third value. So I'm going to write it what, word I'm printing. So let us run this now. First you see, Python, Python is an OOP language. OOP language is the words are printed or not? How to print the number of words that I'm printing? Words are printed. Here I am simply applying the logic here. Out of that, I will print it. Print number of words is equal to I will apply what? len of words. Len of words I will print it. Let us run this now. HYD is the capital of TS. So got it. Number of words is equal to given words. I got 6. So I'll write it. Python is an OOP language. Is called number of words are 5. Number of words are 5. The main logic here is called splitting. This is a main important thing. If we don't know this kind of split, then even if you put your legs up and head down also, nothing will happen. These libraries are important in the coding. These coding examples are so important. We have to be careful enough in that way. Are you following me? Right, right. Next step. Right down. One more thing. Let me enter slowly into the set. Write a Python program. Write a Python program. It will find, it will find, it will find sum of, it will find the sum of, it will find the sum, it will find the sum. No voice, no voice, no voice. So is it okay? Is it okay? Is it now okay? Now, okay. Write a Python program. Write a Python program which will find sum of n natural numbers. Sum of n natural numbers. Sum of n natural numbers. Right. Look at that. This is the one. What is the given here? Enter how many. See that. Enter how many. It's very, very important. I'm coming to the level. Enter how many natural numbers you want. Natural numbers you want. So I say 5. I say 5. Enter how many natural numbers you want to find. 5. What are the natural numbers here? Careful. Very, very important logic I'm telling. 3, 4, and then 5. According to mathematics, to find the first n natural numbers, there is a formula. N into n plus 1 by 2. N into n plus 1 by 2, it is a mathematical formula, if you know. So what is the value of this? 5. 5 into 6. 5 into n plus 1 is called 6. 5 plus 1 by what? 2. It is a 30 by what? 2, which is called 15 is an answer. This is by formula. This is by formula. And nobody need to worry about the formulas. Industry will always check about your intelligence. So how to do it? Now I'm going to give you the standard model. See students, when you go for learning mathematics, lot of strain is required, lot of what do you call, lot of intelligence is required. Whereas the computer science logics are dead easy if you ask me personally. There are some standard models are available. For example, I want to find the sum of n natural numbers like this. Oh, you don't want to use the formula. Take like this, all of you. You want to do 5 days business. I'm explaining this with a standard formula. Try to understand. You want to do 5 days business. Each day will give you what? That day number related profit. First day, how many rupees profit? 1 rupee. Second day, 2 rupees. Third day, 3 rupees. Fourth day, 4 rupees. Fifth day, 5 rupees will come. Are you following me? So you are starting the profit from tomorrow onwards, starting the business from tomorrow onwards. What is your profit today? Tomorrow onwards, you want to do the business. You are getting tomorrow how much profit? 1. Tomorrow, 1. Next, 2. Like that, your profits will be like this. Today, what is your profit? I am asking. 0. So profit is equal to what? 0. So that I am initializing in one variable. P is equal to 0. This is known as what? Mathematically, additive identity we can call. Additive identity. If you know little mathematics. Additive identity. So what is the day 1 profit? 1. That 1 I will add to whom? P. So what is the value now? P is equal to P plus 1. P is equal to P plus 1. What is the value of P earlier? 0 plus 1, 1. What is the profit in first day? 1 rupee. Next day, 2. How do you do the next? P is equal to Mudhu come on. P plus 2. P plus 2. What is the value of P in first day? 1. 1 plus 2. P is how much? 3. Next. Third day is the next. What is the next? P is equal to P plus 1. P plus 3. What is the P value earlier? 3 plus 3, 6. Next day profit. P is equal to P is equal to what? P plus 4. What is the P value earlier? 6 plus 4, 10. Next day profit. P is equal to what? P plus what? 5. What is the profit value? 10. 10 plus 5, 15. So this P is equal to P plus 1. We are accumulating the profit value. So beginning, what is my profit I am taking? 0. So that I am accumulating. I am carrying my profit. All profits are not coming all at once. Profits are carry forwarded from first day to second day, third day, like that. Suppose you are doing a profit for 30 days. What is your initial profit? 0. So each day you are adding the profits to the P. At the end of it, you will print the P value. Are you following? This standard model I will be, you have to note it down and you have to remember it. Are you following? So go to the place. How to write the coding? Now I'm writing here. I'm writing here. For loop example. This is called one example. For loop 8. This one is. So I'm going to write it. For loop example 8.py. Py. So let us go to the 9.py also. I will take it. 9.py I am going to take up. You can do with for loop, you can do with while loop, whatever you like it. So 9.py, 9.py I am going to take it. So there I am going to take it 9 dot. See students, I am going to write it. Here I am writing program for, program for, program for finding, program for finding sum of n natural numbers. Program for finding n natural numbers where n is positive, where n is positive. I'm asking you int of, come on, input of enter how many How many natural numbers sum you want to find. You want to find. You want to find. There I am writing. If n less than or equal to 0, I will say what is what? Invalid input. Is invalid input. Dot format of what? N. N. There I am writing next what? Else. How do I do that now? First, I decided to n natural number sum. What is my original initial sum? 0. If I want to do product of n natural numbers, what is my initial product? 1. If we take initial product as 0, 0 into first 0, 0 into second 0, 0 into second, like that, it is 0. It is known as what? Total 0 only. So product of consecutive numbers is initial product 1. 1 is multiplied with anything, first time it is 1 only. But first time, second one, it is carry forwarded. That is called accumulating the product. Some kind of thing if we commit, if you want to do consecutive sums, you need to go for initial sum, how much? 0. These are the models. Fixed these are all called. If you forget, problems. Come on now. What I will do? Come on, S is equal to how much? 0. Initial sum, which we call it as what? Initial sum. Initial sum. We are always supposed to be taken as what? 0. Initial product to be taken always as what? 1. And it is called what? Additive identity. Additive identity. Additive identity. So additive identity. So there I need to write it. Come on, tell me. For I in a range of, come on, 1 comma n plus 1. N plus 1. You want to print that I value? You can. Dot format of what? I. Dot format of I. Else, just to print it. Just to print it. Print this value. You say some 5. It is printed 1 to 5. And this place, I need to print as what? 15 I want to print. 15 I want to print. So in the loop, I will do the accumulating the sum. S is equal to what? S plus I. Or I can write it what? S plus is equal to what? I. Here plus equal to is called what? Shorthand operator. So in the for loop, it is repeated for a long time. And after the for loop is over, it is coming to which part? Come on. Else part. So in else part, what I do, I already said in the last class only. Whatever the calculation I did inside the loop, that calculation part I will print in where? Else part. So I need to print it here. What is that? Sum is equal to, comma, what I will write? Yes, I am printing it. Are you following? In the else part, I am printing. So Suresh, you asked about, sir, how to, where to use exactly else. Now I am telling exactly else. Are you following me? So print of sum is equal to S. Now you try to run it. Say 5. 5 you say. What is the answer now? 15 I got it. You say the next value called what? Say something like 10. 10. What is the 10? 55. 10 into n into n plus 1 by 2. 10 into 11 by 2. That is called 110 by 2. It is called 55. I think you are getting it. So to print more elegantly, print of, I say something like this. Print of what I'm writing. Natural number sum, natural numbers sum, natural number sum within like this. Dot format of what? N. Dot format of N. So there I am writing here. So here I am writing, something like this. Here I am writing like this. So here I am going to write it, say something like 5. So got it? Natural number sum within 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 printed and sum is equal to 15. You say the value called 10. You say the value called 10. Natural number sum is called what? 10. Next I will go for the value called 20. Natural number sum is called what? 210. You enter the value called what? 500. 500 you take it. Natural number sum is called that much. Are you following? Is that difficult? No, sir. Maroon t-shirt. Stand up. You're saying no, sir. Easy or difficult, I'm asking. No, sir, ain't it? You're out of order, huh? Then you're saying no, sir. And I will read your lips reading also. No, sir, yes, sir. Easy or difficult? Easy. What is the main logic here? S is equal to 0. What is S is equal to 0 is called? Good. Next, sit down. Blue t-shirt, blue color t-shirt. You're not at all opening your mouth. Today I will take you to the necklace road. The Gautama Buddha statue is there. Will make you to sit over there. What is S is equal to 0 is called? What is S is equal to 0 is called? What is S is equal to 0 is called? Sit down. మీకు వినిపించదు, మాటలు రావు, కనిపించవు. కవి అంటారు దాన్ని తెలుగులో. కవి. కవి మీన్స్ కనిపించవు, వినిపించవు. Okay. So if you sit like that, if you go to interview, they will ask like this. They will say, go. Problem always. Understood? Right. Next, this is about what is that logic called? Additive additive sum of these numbers. Now, can I give one small homework for you? Will you do it? Write down. Write a Python program. Write a Python program which will find the which will find the which will find the sum of squares of natural numbers. Sum of squares of natural numbers. Sum of squares of natural numbers. Here squares. Squares means what you will do? What you will do, student? Squares means what you will do? Blue t-shirt. తెలుగా? అందుకనే అందుకనే తెలుగు అంటే అంతే. Squares means what you will do? So squares means what you will do? So you will do n star star 2. So this is going to come I na. I is coming now. What should I do now? I star star 2. I star star 2. I will write I star star 2. Anjaneyulu 2 star star 2. You take your luggage and go to home. I star star 2. I star star 2 means what? For every value of I, it is going to give you what? Square. And I going to do the square of what? Square of that number sum I want to do it. S is equal to S plus what? I star star 2, I will write it. Are you following? Whatever the way you are doing natural sum, I am doing square of it. Anjaneyulu, come out. Now I will go to run this code. First 3 numbers only I will do. 1, 2, 3. What is the square of that? 1, 4, 9. What is now? 14 is an answer. 14 is an answer. 3. What is an answer? 14. 14 is an answer. You want to print the squares and those things separately you want to print. Backslash t, you will write like this. And you will write here I comma I star 2. Just only I am printing. Just only I am printing. Just the 3 I am writing. What is printed here? This values are printed. Squares are printed. Whose sum is printed like this. Are you following me? So suppose if you want to print, this is called SS is equal to 0. But a square sum is equal to 0. If you want to print a squares numbers also, if you want to print, I do what? S is equal to what? S plus I. S plus I. And you will print what here? You will print what here, like this you will print. So I am going to print it something like this. So there I am going to write it. Yes, comma, what I will print it? SS I will print it. Try to run this. I'll say here 3. What is that 3? 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6. 1 plus 4 plus 9 is called 14. Just execute one more time. Say 5, 5, 5. What is happening, ma? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is called like this. And next is called, this one is called what? 55. What is this now? Formula is there. N into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6. School days లో ఉంటాయి ఇవన్నీ. మన 10th క్లాస్ ఎస్ఎస్సిలోనే ఉంటాయి ఇవన్నీ. ఏ సిబిఎస్ఈనో ఐసిఎస్సిలో ఉండవు, ఎస్ఎస్సి. మన తెలుగు బుక్లో కూడా ఉంటాయి అవి. సో first you need to open up your mouth, then only you will survive. Totally closing your clipping clips to the mouth, if it is coming like that, nothing will come out. First you speak about it. When I joined engineering in Usmania University very long back, first 1 week no classes, games, talking to EC students, civil students, mechanical students, to all students, mingling and talking. Why? Like you, when you are coming to the class, completely keeping plasters to the mouth and then here and here. Problem. Playing football, that game, this game, etc. Talking to everybody and coming to home. Every day, 1 week. Next, batting starts. Subject starts. So first you have to talk to the people. You need to learn how to talk to the people. Not like Hyderabad language. Subject related language. Understood? When you speak something, there is a meaning in that. I hope you are following me. Following? Please, yes. Stand up. Following? Following? Huh? Oh, good. Are you understanding? Huh? Right. Yesterday attended. How many data types? Huh? 4 or 14? 14. Tell me. Good. Bull. Hmm? Into bull complex. STR. Bites. Bite కాదు. Bite అంటే కాఫీ బైట్, చాక్లెట్ బైట్, యాపిల్ బైట్. అది కాదు. బైట్స్. బైట్ అంటే తినటం. If you say bite in the interview, interviewer will bite you. Bites. Spell out. Okay, next. Bites. Bite అరే. మనం మాట్లాడే దాంట్లో క్లారిటీ ఉండాలి. If you mix like a cricketer English, problem. Bites. Bite array. Help. Help. Range. Next. ఎన్నిసార్లు చెప్తావు కాంప్లెక్స్? లిస్ట్ టపుల్. లిస్ట్ టపుల్ కాదు, లిస్ట్ టపుల్. నెక్స్ట్. మీరు మెదలుకున్నాండి. అందుకని చూసావా, when you don't speak in the class, how drawback is there? బైట్ అంటావు, బైట్స్ అంటావు, ఏంటది? When you speak in the class daily, this day, this situation will not come. Sit down. So need to speak in the class, you will get the subject. If we keep it like a statue in the place, problem. So speak in the class is important. So anyhow, students, you do this logic, do that logic, already shown you how to do that, and take care of that by yourself and do that logic, students. And I'm taking that number as it is. This is a logic. Do that number and do that. In tomorrow class, I will go for giving more number of examples on this area. We are in the second level examples. Second level example just started. Completely tomorrow coding only. Don't miss the coding classes. Right. Thank you. All the best. Now, Usha, what is your mail ID, mom? My mail ID, what is the need of that, mom? I will give you my mail ID to you in further classes. Okay, na? Not now. Any doubts you have, you hold on. I will clarify.